What's that inspired my little eye? Andor, Cassian Andor, talking about Andor, Cassian Andor. He's a rebel spy, super best friend, give you a hug at the very end. Make 10 men feel like 100. He's the rogue one for me. He's Cassian Andor.
With MakingStarWars.net.
Cassian Andor Day. How's it going, everybody?
Cassian Andor. He's your friend or foe?
Friend or foe? Yeah, I hate
Good
to
song.
admit how long I was stuck on something. I can't remember what it was now. But anyways, yeah, today we're talking about some Cassian Andor news. Actually, like a quite good article with a bit of depth to it. Surprisingly, for as early as we are from it. And then there was a new TV spot for Kenobi. I got the 4x3 one. I couldn't find it in 16:9 earlier. It's probably out by now, but we got to what we got. So get off my ass, all right? You're not my dad, Fandom Empire. But yeah. So anyways, let's get into the article first. Let's start with the article because the article is fun. And it's long. That's what she said. Here we go. Oh, come on. Fucking Vanity Fair, you assholes. I hate you, Vanity Fair. You just fucking suck. How many fucking times do you want me to log into your fucking stupid piece of shit site? I mean, geez, come on. I'm signing in right now, you guys. Don't worry. Oh, you know what? It even knows I'm signed in. It just wants to know if I want to sign in with the same account. I don't know what they think they're doing.
Like this, bro.
But it's the opposite.
My whole morning's been like this. I got on my computer where I do all my writing. My mouse wants to just randomly scroll only on volumes. So anything with the volume button wants to just scroll infinitely. I don't know what that is. I was trying to put some nice music on while I was writing, and I'm angry now. Like I'm like Anakin.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
All days like this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna hang out a Jack in a Box.
You know what? All right, let me see. Did it keep me? Oh, you know what? Good news, guys. It kept me logged in. Thank you to Chris Breezy for sending me this article this morning. I sent Chris the invite to the article, but on Twitter. So if you're watching, Chris, I sent it on Twitter. I know you told me not to, but I forgot. I just remember not to do that. Okay, I'm gonna now. I try to be brisk. I try to get right into it today, and the world doesn't want to let me. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking joking right now?
Just click back to Vanity Fair, right? Right? Is that what you just do? You just click back to?
No, you don't. You can't. No, it's like how about you sign in again and again and again. Hold on. I think I know a way around it. I saw it like pop up on the front page right now. So hold on. I think maybe if I go in there, it'll work. All right, let's see. It looks like okay. I think I got it working now. Yeah, everyone. I suggest everyone go and get a Vanity Fair subscription. So after you're paying for it, you can deal with this. Oh, fuck you guys. Are you fucking kidding me? So what, is this just like, no?
No.
Continue reading with the Vanity. I guess I could get the free tote and we could read it. Otherwise, we can't read it. All right. If this is the fucking game. Oh, fucking shit. This messes up everything I had planned. You know? Well, let's watch a Kenobi clip. since Vanity Fair could fucking eat a dick right now. God, what a shitty fucking piece of shit site. I'm not gonna fucking pay for your thing. You can give me ads all you want, but I don't want to hear about Tiger Woods' fucking climb back to golf. Like, I'm not gonna buy it for the one time you have a Star Wars fucking story once a year. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Right. But anyways, let's look at the Kenobi clip. I did the thing I did yesterday where I put it fast and I put it slow. So the first part has audio, so you have to unmute yourself.
This Friday,
Yeah.
experience the 2-episode premiere only on Disney Plus.
Leave us alone, Ben.
It's my responsibility. The boy must be trained.
Like you trained his father?
Obi-Wan Kenobi 2-episode premiere streaming this Friday only on Disney Plus.
Yeah. So, just a couple of new shots, like nothing like, that's going to blow your mind or anything like that. And on a side note, I did get the Vanity Fair article up on my phone, so I'll be able to read all of that to you like a little mom. But yeah, so we got our little spaceships here, little spaceship shots. And not, like I said, not like a lot of like really big new stuff here, you know what I mean? But I kind of do like to see it all. But right here we could see like Dayu, and I'm pretty sure that right there says Jack in the Box in Arabish.
It says, would you like to subscribe? Man, every time I come to this planet, I gotta subscribe.
It says 20% off Vanity Fair.
I'm never coming back. Yeah,
it's
ridiculous.
Here's that new Stormtrooper shot I think we saw yesterday, but I can't tell if it's a new shot or if it's just so cropped. But it's always cool to see Stormtroopers. I don't get tired of seeing them, to be honest with you. as lame as that is. When I see Stormtroopers, I always go, "Ooh, more Stormtroopers."
Did you like the Stormtrooper bit on the Inside the Magic CD-ROM where you can like drop a Stormtrooper in a room and throw a grenade or shoot a blaster at him?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you could test the Death Star, and he's like, "Oh God, let me out!"
Yeah.
And,
yeah. But so, anyways, I'll move on to the Kenobi, to the Andor clip, Andor article. So they claim Andor Star Wars series, what you know is really all wrong. Diego Luna and showrunner Tony Gilroy say their Disney show will change how fans see Rogue One. We know how well you guys take when your expectations have been circumvented.
we gotta call it Revel One now, so.
Right? Yeah. So, okay, so it's a very paranoid world we live in. That's how showrunner Tony Gilroy begins to describe upcoming Star Wars Andor base series. It says series Andor based around the early adventures of Diego Luna's Rogue One hero. So,
Jason,
yeah.
Before you get into it, just want to let you know they've changed the name of the Acolyte to the Bait and Sith.
The Bait and Sith. You son of a bitch.
Bait and Sith show. So
yeah.
Just let you know.
Oh, is the official website called vanityfair.com? Because they act like you could read it when you go to pull it up for everyone. You can't. All right. So
yeah, it also works at vanitywoke.com.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want.
Wokes. The 12-episode show is set to launch on Disney Plus later this summer. For our most recent cover story, Star Wars: The Rebellion will be televised. Both Gilroy and Luna spoke with Vanity Fair about their new take on the intrepid rebel agent. In this bonus story, the two reveal new details, including how the rebel political leader Mon Mothma intersects with her future top spy, while also correcting a few rumors about the show that have circulated among fans. For instance, don't expect Alan Tudyk's blunt-speaking droid K2SO. We don't have Alan Tudyk, Gilroy confirms. Not yet, anyway. But fear not. Prep for a second season is already underway. And the story of how Cassian Andor met the former Imperial battle droid may be told then. it is a second season, but it's really, for me, the second half of the novel, Gilroy says. The first season is about him becoming a revolutionary, and the second 12 episodes take him into Rogue One. So that right there, it does seem like the show was pitched as one thing. I remember there was somebody else who was aboard early on, and then they left. I got a feeling Gilroy ended up taking it back even further than where that show was, and the rumors circulating online was literally shit they said. Like, Alan Tudyk is in it. Like, they were the ones telling us, yeah, I'm in it. Alan Tudyk's like, yeah, they told me I'm in it, and shit like that. So it wasn't like it was just the internet being fucking stupid again on this time. This was actually coming from the horse's mouth, more or less. But I will take it. I mean, if there was a good story to tell, because I do think that it's the story of somebody being radicalized under imperialism is kind of a fun story. I mean, it sounds serious, but it could be pretty cool.
The man wrote all the Bourne Identity movies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I never seen one. Because every time I hear Jason Bourne, I look like they're calling me because it sounds like my name, kind of, and it's not. I'm not that cool. Pisses me off though. Okay. Sorry, I'm just in a bad mood now. Fucking Vanity Fair. I swear to God. All right. They also say the series will make Star Wars obsessives reevaluate key tenets they have come to believe, all while trying to draw in fans who aren't well versed in galactic history. Trust me, after what Kenobi's doing, you guys are gonna have a walk in the park. People are like, oh, Cassian used to be an Imperial spy. That's cool. That's fine. I could live with that. Or it'd be something like that, right? Fair warnings. There are some light spoilers ahead about how the Andor series starts out. For casual fans, it may be merely intriguing, but the more you know about the Star Wars universe, the more you might be able to read into what's being suggested. Come on, give me a fucking break. And let's stop taking spoilers so fucking seriously. Jesus Christ. I mean, they're not that big of a fucking deal. You know what I mean? Just because that one person got mad at you on Twitter that one time and gave you post-traumatic stress disorder because you talked about Game of Thrones and who was scissoring who, it's literally irrelevant.
Tom Holland did that.
All of this is good stuff, though. I mean, it is good stuff. But I am just laughing about somebody going, oh my God, I read a Vanity Fair article 2 years ago and I just can't take it. You ruined it. All right. Gilroy is known for writing the first 4 Bourne thrillers.
Hold on. It's Vanity to be fair. Sorry, I had to do it.
Vanity Buyer fucking tote fair says Gilroy is known for writing the first 4 Bourne thrillers, and he received Oscar nominations for both writing and directing Michael Clayton. He got involved with Star Wars by helping to rework Rogue One during the reshoots. Secrets, conspiracies, and claustrophobic distrust are among his hallmarks. So expect Andor to put a galactic spin on those themes. Uh-oh. It's all been spoiled. No. Tony is
he likes to write about little car chases. Like put him in like a little car. Not a small car chase, but a small car.
Yeah.
Very good.
They call him Little Gil. Tony is probably the best there is when it comes to a spy genre and bringing that into the Star Wars universe, says Michelle Rejuan, ruiner of Episode 9, bringer of J.J. Abrams. Oh, sorry, it doesn't say that. That was me.
Of Episode 9.
A producer of Andor and Lucasfilm, creative executives. I was making a joke there, but I saw a fucking tweet from that Meg showed me, and it's this person going like, oh God, like here comes Star Wars Mandalorian so good because Kathleen Kennedy didn't produce it, and here she comes fucking up Kenobi. Like, when are they going to learn? It's like, it's the same people all the time. It's always the same people. It's like the same 4 or 5 producers, and there's always a bunch of producers, and it's like they don't even know what any of these people do. So in case anybody's wondering, there's fucking a bunch of them. If you hate the producers, you hate a bunch of people. It's not just Kathleen Kennedy; it's a bunch of people. Get it right. Get your hate straight. Anyways, a producer of Andor and Lucasfilm creative executive, she says Andor looks through the lens of this character that had such a huge impact on Star Wars history, but who had a very personal, very rich, very committed investment in this fight. I've been in this fight since I was 6 years old. Luna emphasizes that the show will also be about the transformation of a fearful man. I believe science fiction and stories that happen in a galaxy far, far away are a great tool to comment on our world, on your life and my life, and the way we interact, the actor says. We need to explore the revolutionary we can become to change things, to stop war, to make the world a livable place. So Andor talks about that. And I think it can inspire a lot of people on how much you can do by yourself. So, okay. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I guess it's going to tell me march. It's going to tell me resist. Rogue One, as those who've seen the 2016 movie know, join Antifa.
Jason, what he means is that it turns out you have to subscribe to the rebellion.
Oh, right.
Join it. Yeah. You think you join, but in order to get the rebellion tote, you have to subscribe for $4.99 a month or 20% off, $49.99 a year.
I mean, you get the fucking tote, dude. So you could really stop bitching. Like, we're giving you a tote.
It's got lamb head on it.
Yeah, you could let everybody know that you have been inside a Whole Foods by wearing
all those totes. They're organically grown pork totes, so they're taken from only organically sourced porks.
All's fair at the fair.
None of that closed cage pork shit. Don't buy into it.
Rogue One, as those who've seen the 2016 movie know, is actually the conclusion of Cassian Andor's story. It's set just before the events of 1977's original Star Wars, just say A New Hope, man, and tells the self-sacrificing story of the rebel spies who stole the Death Star plans that allowed Luke Skywalker to reduce the planet-killing battle station to a field of glowing debris. Andor will be primarily set 5 years before that mission in Rogue One, so more confirmation of the 5 years before. Although the show will flash back even further to when Cassian's childhood home world first falls under the tyrannical control of the Empire. And so that makes sense. If you guys remember, like I had photos of these little teepees that was set, over on Black Park. And definitely like maybe a refugee camp. So I'm not sure if that's like where it would start. And I remember Bespin Bulletin had photos of the Bespin Bulletin had some photos of like a beach town. I had photos of this of another beach town with like blue buildings and stuff that looked very civilized. And I remember they filmed it out there on the beach. And so there's a chance that's probably his homeworld, because I would say he looked like he was he was really rugged there. If you remember, I had the first photo of him in his costume. His hair is he looked really haggard, and he looked rough. So I'm gonna actually say that it's unlikely that the beach world with that set, with the blue set and everything like that, was the first world, because he looks pretty fucked up. So also, it appeared that they were casting a child to play him and the other lead actress in it, two actors who were to mirror them as younger children. So when it flashes back to that may actually be a completely different thing altogether without Diego Luna, I would say. Goes on to say his adopted home will become the base of our first season, and we watch that place become radicalized, Gilroy says. Then we see another planet that's completely taken apart in a colonial kind of way. The Empire is expanding rapidly. They're wiping out anybody who's in their way. So this is sort of like what in the cutscenes Uncle Owen talks about, or what Big talks about to Luke Skywalker, about how his farm is going to be nationalized pretty soon. It's time, because everything is getting nationalized by the Empire, which means they're making all businesses for profit of the Empire or for the benefit of the Empire. These are strategic moves for the dark side, asserting dominance over worlds that are manufacturing centers that supply raw materials, or that provide other vital supplies needed to maintain control. They're taking over the corporate planets, Gilroy says. They're tightening up their supply chains. While the Empire doesn't destroy, it consumes. It's all...
I can just hear Jesse right now going, I know this story.
It's all the ways that oppression can pull a culture apart and destroy it, Gilroy says. So it sounds like maybe we're going to be getting a little bit of what we got on Lothal in Star Wars Rebels, but for grown-ups, to put it politely. You know what I mean? Like where it's like in Lothal, you see a beautiful city at the start, and by the end of it, it looks like a refinery. As the story goes on, and everything that was privatized but for the people is then taken over by the Empire, and that whole town is turned into a TIE fighter factory, I think, in Lothal. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Azatru says the beach town is the closest beach to him. Close being like 90 minutes away, but having been there many times, I can't wait to see it on screen. So, yeah, I thought that character was gone for me. And suddenly, when they asked me if I would be willing to do this, my straight answer was, yeah, of course, because I also have questions I would love to answer. So,
Jason, do you over under? And I only bring this up because when Rogue One came out, there was a lot of people I know thought that Jyn Erso was Daisy Ridley, you know? So over under the amount of people who think Diego Luna is Pedro Pascal.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is the Mando. You see what I mean? He's got a mustache. He's Latin,
Pedro Pascal is also in Narcos, and so is he.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, do you think we're gonna have that? Is this the Mando prequel? Like,
the reason I'm gonna say no is because Mando always has his helmet on. I'm gonna say like you don't get enough general exposure of helmetless Mando, which may actually be good for Andor. On that dumb note, thank you, Brett, for the super sticker. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support. Gilroy highlights just a few blank spots. You know, he's been fighting since he was a child, right? He says that. You know, he's been a guerrilla fighter. You certainly know he's been an assassin. He kills an ally in the very first scene, Gilroy says, referring to a moment in Rogue One when Cassian murders an informant
fighter, dude.
to prevent him falling into the Empire's hands. That was a big gulp on Rogue One to see who would swallow that. He's morally complicated in a dark way. Yeah. I mean, that guy was already dead, though, I say. I think he did the right thing. I think that guy would have squilled because he was already fucking freaking, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's my take. Gilroy brings up another moment from the film in which Felicity Jones's Jyn Erso fears the rebel leadership won't back her in Cassian efforts to stage a heist from the Death Star's plans. Felicity comes out of the council meeting in Yavin and says they don't want to do it. They don't have the guts to do it. And he's standing there with this murderer's row of guys, and he says, "Man, if we don't go do this, then all these terrible things that we did, all this crap we've done, it'll be useless. And all the blood on our hands will be useless." So, yeah, I follow. I get it. With this new series, Star Wars fans will learn how those hands got stained. We know from Rogue One that Cassian is willing to give up his life. Andor will show that long before that, he was giving up parts of his soul for the cause, too. This is where he dances.
Give up your life too.
No, I will dance, my babushka. He's
Andor in boots.
These Andor's boots were made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Someday, Andor's boots will walk all over you. That's to be the trailer.
There's the song. There's the song, man.
He's someone surviving in dark times. Luna says, "If you know the Star Wars universe and story, these are the darkest times." As part of his prep for the original role, Luna says he imagined aspects of Cassian's history that never made it to the movie, just as background for himself as he brought the spy to life. He and Gilroy discussed all that the scripts were coming together. Now, all that material is useful again, Luna says. I thought I was never going to be able to share that. That helped personalize Andor for him. Asked what he personally contributed to the Spy Master story, Luna says he thought of people who are forced to run due to pressures beyond their control until they decide to stop running and make a stand. It's the journey of a migrant, which to me is everything I come from, he says. That feeling of having to move is behind this story very profoundly, very strong. Not being able to be where you belong and how that shapes you as a person, how that defines you in many ways and what you're willing to do. But Cassian doesn't begin that way. What I can tell you is that this guy, he doesn't see further than himself, Luna says. Rebellion, right versus wrong. In the beginning of it all, he couldn't give a shit about any of that, Gilroy says. He's a thief. He's a ducker and a diver. He has a lot of anger about his childhood and about the Empire, but he has no place to put it. He just doesn't believe in anything at this point. So once again, you are seeing the character in a Star Wars story not starting where you know them. Because if he starts exactly where you know him, then it's just a bunch of the same. So we're going to see him kind of probably come from a more somewhere along the lines of DJ or Kumail Nanjiani's what's it, Aja? Is that his name, Aja? And yeah, whether it's kind of or even what's his name, the Lothrat kid from Lothal. But Cassian is also a natural leader. He's seductive, Gilroy adds. Seductive in a way where he's manipulating people. He compromises. He changes his mind. He's really a perfect kind of spy, warrior, killer. How do you get to that place and then sacrifice yourself? He says Andor is taking someone who's really anti-revolutionary and turning them into the most passionate person who's going to give themselves to save the galaxy. To get there, Cassian needs to follow a leader as well. Max Zandau.
Hey.
Rebel leader. Friend of Captain Solo.
Yes. Oops.
So this is where I think we're going to start hearing a little bit about the Mothma.
The mothballs?
The Mon Mothballs. You know that was just a nickname.
Mon mothballs?
Can't hear you, Rob.
All right, Jason, do you know how you transform yourself from an elite fighter into a sacrificial soldier?
How?
With ZipRecruiter. By going to ZipRecruiter, you...
Oh fuck.
What?
I can't wait. I can't wait till we start getting those kind of things, because once we do, you're ready.
You might.
Yeah.
You're going to be so good.
Zip Rebellion Recruiter, right? With Zip Rebellion Recruiter, you too could transform yourself from homely Mark into, freedom fighter for the Galactic Republic, willing to sacrifice yourself on a whim and or other people. So
sounds good. Hardcore Star Wars fan aficionados who hear the name Mon Mothma
balls
know immediately
not
who
to
that
be
is.
confused with Mon Mothman, which appears on Coast to Coast twice a month.
Please,
mostly
my
the
father
Nori
was
shows,
Mon
though.
Mothman. Call me Mon Mothma. Casual fans
The Nori
probably
shows aren't as good.
Casual fans probably need a reminder. She has been an intriguing side character for years, but Andor will place her closer to the heart of the action, if not at center stage. Mothma first appeared in 1983's Return of the Jedi, originated by actor Caroline Blackiston. She was the priestess-like figure in glowing white kaftan who hosted a rebel briefing to outline weaknesses in the all-new Death Star the Empire had under construction. She is most remembered for delivering the enigmatic and ominous line, "Many Bothans died to bring us this information." In the prequels, George Lucas revealed that before Mon Mothma was a leader of the rebellion, she was a young member of the Galactic Senate. In Revenge of the Sith, Genevieve O'Reilly portrayed her in a brief scene. Then she reprised the role later in Rogue One as a sort of M figure to Luna's 007. O'Reilly will return in Andor, and we will see how she and Cassian cross paths eventually. Was she, though? I really kind of feel like that one dude. What was his name? I can't remember that dude's name. It was like Grendwall or Griffin or what, like Major, that guy, the guy who's sending him on the missions.
Samsonite.
No, that guy, that one guy though, he was the guy who's sending him on all the stuff. She was just like, oh, here's a rebel meeting, everybody. It was kind of. Well, I mean, I'm okay with the change or with them doing that. I'm just saying though, like maybe I need to rewatch Rogue One. Maybe I forgot. In Max We Trust. I agree.
Are you talking about the dude at
Draven?
Draven.
Major asshole.
Major asshole. Draven. That was his name, right? Wasn't it something like I don't know, Corporal Draven or maybe I don't know, like First Mate Draven. I can't remember what his name was, but it's something like that. I have a sheet in front of me. I have 211 speaking parts in the show. There's probably 75 people in there who really matter, and there's a dozen seriously important characters that I'll be carrying forward to the second season. Gilroy explains. It is huge, orchestral, Dickensian ensemble cast. Ensemble cast. Mon Mothma. Bait and switch, taking center stage, you guys. Oh, wait, she's a white lady. Nobody has a problem with that, right? Right, YouTubers, you pieces of shit. They intersect. I'm not going to get into how they intersect. They do have intersection, but they do not meet. They will not meet until the second half. So we're gonna have parallel stories then, huh? 2 concurrent parallel stories.
Sounds like it.
I mean, if they've been kind of. Hold on, let me read that again. Gilroy explains, it is huge, orchestral, Dickensian, and Genevieve at the middle of another part of it. They intersect. I'm not going to get into how they intersect. They do have intersection, but they do not meet. They will not meet until the second half. So the second half is the next season, the one that they're getting ready to do. So it sounds like we're gonna maybe just see like 2 parallel stories running together, which I'm okay with that. Her character is still in the galaxy's leadership class of the capital world of Coruscant. So that right there sounds like more confirmation of Coruscant, which is more confirmation of Meg and Bespin scoops that we're likely to see the Senate via Royal Guards by Bespin and the Masamita dude probably in the Senate. Both of those things are probably in the Senate and on Coruscant.
Coruscant.
So anyways, trying to navigate the turmoil of the Emperor's new autocracy while quietly fomenting opposition. But Andor doesn't start there. Here's where it gets a little spoilerish. Okay, so this is getting good. Our show starts with a very simple, almost film noir situation for a thief. A skeevy kind of guy gets in big trouble, tries to sell something, he has to save his ass, Gilroy reveals. A rebel talent scout has been watching him with interest, and he's sort of recruiting on the worst day of his life. That storyline focuses on Luna and 2 unspecified characters played by Stellan Skarsgård and Adria or Jonah. Is it said or Jonah or is it Orhona? I'm not sure how you say the name, so I apologize. Our episode 4, we leave there and we begin to expand out. So Skarsgård and Adria are both there with them, and so they're doing something skeezy.
Well, Jason, one way that Andor and Mothma can meet up is with meetup.com. Whatever you're looking to this year, Meetup can help. For 20 years, people have turned to what?
I like your little.
I could also see maybe a Match.com. Match.com.
With BetterHelp, he could deal with those suicidal tendencies because he needs help. With BetterHelp.
They both feel the same way about Revolution. So,
and if you're in a galactic rebellion and you looking to get some better help, you might want to use ExpressVPN to mask your calls so that the Empire can't track your signal across the galaxy. Sorry, just for practicing, folks.
All right, yeah, we're not getting paid for this, so I don't know why we keep.
No.
Gilroy and Luna.
No, I'm paying to do this. So this is costing me money.
Gilroy and Luna don't explicitly make this comparison, but what they describe sounds akin to the structure of a show like Better Call Saul, which weaves storylines that only occasionally touch directly, but indirectly, the waves they make buffet against one another and have particularly dire implications for the future we know is coming in Breaking Bad. Star Wars has always told its stories out of chronological order, and the tension that comes from knowing that destiny becomes part of the drama.
That's
Well,
funny.
what's so funny? What are we laughing about now?
Hair club for lambs.
Oh, here come the lambs. Lambhead.
Lambhead has Jason Alexander hair, right? Like he just takes off the white ear and it's like, let's put it right back on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There are certain events that happen in these 5 years that are important and need to be paid attention to. There are certain people, characters that are legacy characters that the audience, the passionate audience, really feels that they have an understanding of and know. Gilroy explains. In some cases, they're right. And in some cases, what we're saying is what you know, what you've been told, what's on Wikipedia, and what you've been telling each other is really all wrong. Or if it's not wrong, he adds, it's upside down, or it's sideways, or it's the opposite of what you thought was true, or it's way more interesting than what you had ever thought, or that's a lie and there's a reason for it. I would say there's some surprises in store. So that I like what this guy's saying. I also like how he doesn't fuck around. He says what he means. He means what he says. I like that. Within just a few episodes, he predicts O'Reilly's character will become unforgettable, even to casual viewers. I bet that when episode 104 plays, when Mon Mothma finishes the episode, that there will be people tweeting about Mon Mothma.
Episode 104 being season 1, episode 4.
Yeah.
Not 104.
104 episodes, you guys. Quick, get to it first. Report the news.
I have to say it, Jason, because you know, Making Star Wars produced. This says there's gonna be 104 episodes.
I read it on Star Wars News Network that there's gonna be 104 episodes.
They were at a Jack in a Box talking about it. Saw the whole thing myself.
All right, this is another mission of Andor to please Star Wars diehards while also expanding the audience beyond them. The really passionate Star Wars community, all those people have a lot of people in their lives that are Star Wars hesitant or Star Wars averse or Star Wars reluctant. Their roommate, their husband, the guy at work, whatever. Andor, he says, is aimed at them too. I mean, I want my wife to be watching the show, Gilroy says. She couldn't care less. She's not interested in it. She hasn't been interested in it for the last 2 years. But my goal is that she really oh my God, I've got to see the next episode. Without losing anybody, it's really about enhancing what we have. So,
does it say anywhere in there that we're going to get some Andor cereal?
104 boxes, I think is what it was implying. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like the kind of big talk we got from Book of Boba, where it over delivers and it was just like that. It sounds like he's actually going for that Better Call Saul thing, which is what you've been asking.
There's an actual story and
yeah,
like a path. Yeah.
When does it come out again? This summer, right?
There's a lot of conflicting stuff about that. The best guess, well, at first the best guess was we were saying July. But then She-Hulk got moved around.
Yeah.
Nobody knows exactly what's happening now. There's been documents in the wild that say Mandalorian season 3 is in the spring, official stuff.
Right. I feel given that they're pushing that to next spring and putting this in that October or November to December slot.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but I'm not telling anybody. I mean, just because something says that doesn't mean that's what it is. So I really don't fucking know. But if Mando is being pushed into the spring of next year, then I have a feeling that Andor is going to be later in the year to give a little bit more space between Kenobi and Andor. But I'm fucking ready just to go right into this. If Lucasfilm wants to stop fucking around and wants to do this now, I'll fucking do it now.
I want to see it.
I want to see what I think Mon Mothma's going to cut somebody. You guys.
She looks pretty.
Yeah, she's fucking smoking now.
She's
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, I was always like, oh yeah, whatever, Mon Mothma. And then she like took off her glasses, and I was like, oh my god, you're beautiful. You know, it's like an '80s movie.
She went cross-eyed after she took off her glasses.
And I was like, man, I never saw you in this light before, Mon Mothma.
It's like the dentist gremlin.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So, and I do you feel enlightened, New Covert now? Let me please everybody, there's a bunch of you here right now. There's 66 of you. Order 66 of you. Order 66 the like button. That would be cool. Like by clicking it, not by disliking the video. That's don't do that.
Like it.
But yeah, I should see if I could pull up some of those Andor pics that I got back in the day. I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can't. You know. I'm just gonna say. But because like there's a lot of stuff that was filmed right there. Okay, so we got Andor. Oh yeah, we got the Andor composer in there. We got some Andy Serkis in there. We got some rumors about. Oh yeah, so this was the picture I got here. I'm going to show this right now with you guys. Okay, so that way you guys can see what I'm looking at with my own peepers. This is an old story I put out. But you know, you can see the old Max, you're getting a lot of background noise from you right now. Just so you know. So is Sandstorm moving into Black Park next? Yep, it did. And then my favorite Instagram right here. Look at that little picture. Wait, this isn't the one.
Cute.
Okay, yeah. So this is when they first started building the set with the teepees that I was talking about. And there was like, you know, like whole like families of people in there and stuff. So so that one right there, and Bespin. So I think me and Bespin worked together, or Bespin gave me those. I don't remember. Let's just say Bespin Bolton gave it to me. I don't want to say anything wrong. Yeah, then we
you
got
guys
that.
were able to do that using WeWork. Over at WeWork.com, you can team up with your other UK spoiler for what?
Here's the picture I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Trying to make us money, Jason. Fine.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So right
Ooh,
here.
Is that R2D2?
What's that?
Is that R2D2? That's a joke.
R2? No, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
It's a joke.
So,
His hands look cool.
So yeah, this is like Chris Brown sent me these photos, and like yeah, you can see him. It's like my hands are so cold. But
that's his lunch.
This is Cassian's Wild Night right here.
Shit, he looks very hungover.
Yeah, he looks haggard, right? It looks like he's fucking partied hard. And so yeah, that was I think like the first Cassian pick I got or something. That was like, whoa, there he is. But anyways,
show they get to use the volume with your freezing my ass off.
Yeah,
in the
right?
UK, in the UK.
And then this is these right here. I put this picture right here. You guys are like, is that K2SO? Because it definitely looks like it's.
That looks like a 3PO arm. Look at that move.
Yeah.
Protocol droid.
And then right there is the what did we call those guys? I can't remember what those guys were called.
The Shoretroopers?
Ones, right?
Shoretroopers. Thank you, Max.
Shoretroopers.
Yeah. The old Shoretrooper photo. And then we got
There's Carrot Top.
And then there's Captain Funnyhead. That's why we call
Hatter.
him. Captain Funnyhead. So yeah, thank you, Chris. And then here's some photos to check out. This is the vibe. And this right here was like the beach set stuff. So I have to say, just based off of that, it's and what they're saying, it does sound like the beach set is not relevant to the early parts of it. Hey, is that? I think I see Azatru surfing back there. Oh wait, look, I see Azatru eating some chicken.
Surfing bird.
Yeah, I like these. These. I said it translates the vote for Pedro.
Yeah.
I think I was watching Napoleon Dynamite while I did this article. Look at these weird things.
Oh, those are cool.
Yeah, it's like just spin around.
Yeah, they cause cancer though.
Oh shit!
It's a big
How do you
problem.
know? How do you know
I
that?
saw it on the. Well, I can't say it. I can't say it.
Oh no!
JFK Jr.
It's my wash. It's my air conditioner.
Uh-oh. All right. All right. So let's look at
It's good that those are still up though, Jason. See what happens when you have a spoiler site that never deletes anything. You can go right back to those pics from a year ago and be like, look, that's what we took photos of.
Yeah.
I actually think that stuff's cooler than. No offense to like shooting in LA. I'm just not a fan of shooting in LA. Like the one time I want them to shoot in LA when something takes place in LA. Like Cobra Kai, and then they don't. And I get all mad. I'm like, why didn't they just shoot in LA? It's so fucking weird. When you're in Star Wars, you shoot in LA, but when you're in Cobra Kai, you're on a set. It's so weird. I don't understand.
I hope he doesn't get mad at me for saying this, but I think tomorrow people should look at Bestman Bulletin though. I don't know. I have a feeling there might be some Cassian news there. You know what I mean?
Already.
Yeah, but so
I hear
so
birds.
I think we're gonna have a couple of Cassian days. You can hear the birds from outside my house.
Uh-huh.
This is some loud little fuckers, aren't they? Oh well.
Now she's calling you out on your background noise.
I know, Max.
I'm at
It
the
doesn't.
Jack in a Box. It's the quietest place on earth. Like they're all dying inside from the food.
Jeff Mugg says, "If that's not the theme for Andor, I'm not watching." Yeah, I'm doing.
Look at the picture. The little Grogu picture.
It's pretty cute. That's pretty cute. Yeah, I'm starting a series of music that I'm going to call the failed themes of Star Wars, and so I'm just going to keep writing theme songs to every stupid thing that I just feel like writing a theme song to until I get bored of it. Today, so Tyrant says today is thank you for being a channel member, Tyrant. And last night, if you're a channel member, we did a Revenge of the Sith screening. We hung out and we all talked. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Tyrant says today is my kid's first day of summer off school, and she started watching Phantom Menace. She was confused as fuck that Kenobi is the same Kenobi from the upcoming series. Why was she like, this was so long ago? How could this be? Or is that what it was? Like, do the movies just seem so old and out of time or something? And but that's pretty cool. But I mean, wait till she sees Luke Skywalker and Mando. She's gonna be like, what's going on here? Tyrant says time to VPN and open another incognito tab for the shitty paywall site. Yeah. Hey Carlo, how's it going? I see what you did there, Carlo. Young Boomer says, I'd love to be like a Better Call Saul type interlinked narrative with multiple character arcs. You have Andor, Mon Mothma, Saw, Jin. That's more hope on my part because Felicity Jones is perfect.
Let's be honest. A character named Cognito is totally right up Star Wars alley.
Okay, but no, it has to be Cognito, Neat, like he's Nito, Cognito, yeah. Yeah. I'm with you.
Good old Cognito, good old Cog.
Cognito, ally of Lambhead.
Nito balls.
Miller Time says, so is Andor 2 seasons? If it is, that's completely fine with me. Remember when I did a thing about how they were prepping Andor season 2 where they're going to be filming, and then a major news outlet went against me just to debunk me because Disney said there was no second season? Yeah. Well, there is. But you had to read it at Vanity Fair first.
Certainly they're going to retract that this week and
everyone. Yeah. Right. And along with the 4 long retractions. Luke Skywalker. So is Andor 2 seasons? If it is, that's completely fine with me. But I thought they were going to film season 2 and 3 for 18 more months. So that's not what the article I wrote said. The article I wrote said they're filming season 2 and they're going to use Elstree Studios for it to some extent anyway. And that they have Elstree for 18 months. And I go 18 months, like, that's enough to do 2 seasons. I'm like, are they doing 2 seasons? Are they doing another show? Or was Elstree just like, here's the price, add 18 months? And they were like, well, might as well just take it.
On Elm Street?
Elstree.
Elstree.
I'm just kidding.
Fake ass fan. No, I'm kidding. F Streamlabs. I'm not using Streamlabs today. I promise. Carlos says, I've read the article about Cassian Andor and I'm even more hyped than before. Yeah, I think that was the way to do that kind of show. Like, oftentimes the press for Star Wars has its head up its ass so far. It's like, we're Star Wars. You want to suck on these teats. And sometimes they're like, no, we don't. You're Solo, a Star Wars story. We just had a Skywalker film. You gotta have to work for it. And they're like, we are. And then nothing comes out. Nobody hears anything. There's nothing interesting to say, and it just dies. And I like that on this one. They're like, you know what? Let's actually like drop in stuff. And I think the fact that it's a spy thriller might be the reason why. The fact that that things are not as they seem means that they can tell us this first stuff, because everything's going to just get flipped on its side anyway. But I like that. I'm okay with that. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm going to give them credit where credit's due. Thank you, Rerun.
Trading red. Oh, Rerun.
Jedi Mike says launch in a different browser with different cookies.
Was there something wrong with the stream?
Yeah, well, we couldn't get the Vanity Fair stuff up, but what Vanity Fair kept doing is when I would log in and minimize the tab, that's when they would be like, oh, you're back, I think. But it's kind of an issue because of the way like that StreamYard allows me to pull in tabs and stuff. So I'm not sure if I could open it up in another browser, which is why I didn't do that. Maybe I can. I don't know.
Vanity Unfair.
Fandom Empire says, when Andor was first announced, I found I wasn't all that excited, but the closer we get, more excited I am to see a lot of the political maneuverings between the Empire and the Rebellion. Yeah.
Poop excited or excited?
Fandom Empire was shitting everywhere. So excited. He was like rubbing his ass on the carpet. Excited. That's what I heard anyway. So, but Carlo can't wait anymore.
He makes little pentagrams to summon Lambhead. He boots across the carpet a little, like Full Metal Alchemist, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Timmy says, yo, hey, Timmy, how's it going? But yeah, I gotta say, like, pretty excited about Andor, but just because we question everything, because we're little weirdos. I wonder if this one would have been better served right after, if dropping this Vanity Fair article right as Kenobi ended would have been more like, and now it's Andor time. But I think it was interesting too that they didn't say anything about when Andor was going to premiere. So maybe at Celebration, maybe we're only days away from hearing what's up with Andor, because Diego Luna is going to Celebration. He's there. He's going to be there. So I don't think they're going to put him up on stage and not let him say anything, or not let him announce anything, or drum up any excitement. So,
or maybe he's like, I can't really say anything right now, but he's just there.
Yeah, it's like, but I am kind of afraid that we might not see it until like the holiday season. You know,
hope not,
because I mean, Mandalorian season 3 could come out around October, just like the previous years. It has like the same schedule for the most part, but we haven't really heard anything concrete about shit. I don't really know why they do that, unless they haven't figured it out, unless they haven't committed to stuff, you know. Mohawk's mad. Mohawk will drink your blood. Tyrants, yeah, he cut you and he drank your blood.
He did.
Wait, why did they put that out only in 4x3? What's next? Hiring Zack Snyder? Yeah, that Kenobi clip we had. It was only earlier. It was only on Twitter, and that's where and Instagram, I think, and that's where they do the 4x3 aspect ratio. When they upload it to YouTube, or somebody else uploads it to YouTube, is when we get the 16:9s. So it is what it is. But the more I was like looking at it as I was watching it, I was like, you know what? This isn't really an exciting clip, you know? It's not. I mean, it gets the word out, you know? It tells people how close it is which is what it was meant to do.
She's
but
not yelling again. I don't know. My friends were really stuck on that one, Jason.
On Reva yelling.
Yeah, that's.
You know what's
like, it's Disney
interesting?
marketing. I don't know.
I hope I'm not misquoting him or but I feel like Bespin also said that to me one time. That one of his friends is like, "Why is she always yelling?" And it's like,
maybe she's a yeller.
I mean, what's the big deal about it? I mean, they're action sequences.
She's angry.
You know, Tyrant says, "As much as I am a fuck Tony Gilroy, I am not looking forward to that section of the fan base turning on the show and agreeing with me." Yeah.
Remember, Tyrant, you started it. I'm out here defending Tony. Every chance I get. So I told you, I'm looking more forward to this series than Obi-Wan. It has nothing to do with what we've seen. I felt that way before. I feel that way after. I'm just like last night rewatching Revenge of the Sith. I'm just not into the prequels, man. Like I tried. I'm trying. Like when we were watching last night, the thing that struck me the most about like moving to digital was like I just feel like I really feel that the impetus for George to make the films, I can't prove this, it's just my feeling, is that, he needed to keep Industrial Light and Magic was feeling a lot of competition in the early 90s, especially after Jurassic Park exploded. And I felt like the prequels were a way for him to push the studios, like a giant demo. Here's what we can do. Here's what we can digital characters. And we have the full digital processing facility, first in the world set up, already know how to do all these. Like he saw the future of production and then built all these movies around that. And now you're looking at it like they're so hard to look at the digital stuff. They look better by Revenge of the Sith, but I mean, when you look at the Disney Plus stuff, when they don't have any grain or any noise or anything, sometimes you're like, man, it looks real fake. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Even with rear projection behind them in the volume, there's still something really artificial about it. Whereas opposed to, let's say when they shoot, I don't know, like when I look at like Rogue One has a good tactile feel to it. There's a very untactile like feel to those films. I don't know what it is. Like when they're sweating, I don't feel like they're hot on set. I feel like they added some sweat on them and then we're like, you're sweating now, pretend. So I don't know,
I like spaceships.
Something about it, man. So it's just not my jam, like I told you, I watched that opening to Rogue One and everyone's just kind of covered in dew and dirt. And I'm like, that feels like Star Wars to me. Like that whole hut they live in that feels used as compared to Anakin's hut, which is clean. Like they're slaves and it's cleaner than my kitchen. And, and they're slaves on Tatooine. It should be filthy and scummy and just, I don't know, man. Something, never gotten past it. So
Miss Sunflower says it's a huge week for Star Wars this week. Celebration 2022 and Kenobi. Sheesh.
Are you going after all? Or you don't know yet?
I don't know. I keep going back and forth on it. I ultimately don't think it's a good idea, but also I kind of want to go. So it's complicated. I haven't decided. And I guess I'll also like look at what this little bitch gets me in terms of the panels and stuff, because that's like that lottery system thing set up. And
like Comic-Con.
Yeah, it's just like, you just like say which ones you go for. The person who got me the badge already did it all, and so I have to like wait and then see which ones were like awarded or whatever, and also that would really help me know if I'm gonna bother or not. If it's like 45 years of the cantina, I'll be like, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
It starts on Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then ends Sunday or Monday?
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, I'm just going to stay extra busy so I can not feel jealous.
Yeah. I know. Won't be the same without you, Max. But honestly, there's a couple of things going against me going is the fact that like we're going to stay up like the night before watching Kenobi.
That's
right?
Thursday night. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Thursday night we stay up. So I'm going to stay up and watch Kenobi. It's like on one hand, what at Celebration that day is going to be as exciting as watching Kenobi though.
Yeah.
So there is that aspect of it. And on the other hand, though, like, announcements and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, it's like a lot of bullshit to get to those announcements when you actually go. And like, if I'm here, we could just jump on and talk about the announcement. That's actually more fun than sitting in a room full of COVID, waiting to hear oh, Cassian Andor comes out in July or whatever it's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my take. Star Wars, Jedi Mike says, Star Wars canon deals with empirical stripping of planets, etc. Really well in the Tarkin book and A New Dawn by Jonathan Jackson Miller book about Hera and Kanan. Yeah, A New Dawn is where you can see a lot of those stories kind of getting formed, and a lot of like the story of Star Wars Rebels is really good. Like the world building that went on to make Rebels is good. It's just in the execution of Ezra Bridger slapstick slipping on banana pills and going, we're all a family. Yeah. And like giving us an endearing moment and then letting you know that was an endearing moment by confirming it with dialogue in case you're stupid. Like that's the kind of shit that just kind of like makes me go about the show at times. I do like it a lot though. So I'm not trying to, say I don't or pretend like I'm too cool for it or something, because I'm not. I like it. Vader's Lair says Thrawn made the TIE Defender project and Lothal became a central hub of manufacturing. Yeah, it's true. That Vader's Lair knows his Star Wars Rebels. My name is Cassian Andor. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yeah, it's true.
You remember that, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Of course. Thomas Harris says, late to the party, but cool news on Andor. Yeah, kind of, once again, pleasantly surprised. I guess maybe it was a good idea because everybody's excited for Andor who didn't care and they're paying attention during Kenobi season. I think Kenobi is going to be the biggest show. But Andor could be really fucking good. I mean, that idea of using sort of that AMC Breaking Bad sort of narrative structure with Star Wars is going to be interesting because we have a lot of dumb people in the Star Wars fandom. There's a lot of just straight up idiots who basically are media illiterate, as we've said, and watching them try to thinking about them starting Breaking Bad today is kind of funny to me. You know what I mean? Just them trying to follow that and then understand why things end up mattering and stuff and how groundwork is laid. But will Star Wars do it, or will it dumb itself down for those people? I hope not. But that's my fear. Rick Jones says, all right, more scenario scenes, every child's favorite adventure in politics. Yeah, well that's the thing. I think Gilroy saying that he wants his wife, who basically doesn't give a fuck about spaceships, to care and to be brought in with that intrigue. I think that's very telling. I think that says they're going for adults on this one. They're hoping, I'm sure, that kids are going to see spaceships and exotic settings and laser guns, and that they'll stick around. But it does sound like this one is really aiming for your golden age of TV fans more than your I like the Mandalorian because he does the Star Wars classically. It doesn't sound like they're really going for those cats at all. And it's going to be fun to watch a bunch of people who pretend like the prequels of the other Star Wars just so they could other things constantly, have to see stuff from the prequels, probably done in a better way, and then have to go against it for clicks.
I wonder if we'll get Andor adult toothpaste.
No.
Why?
No.
I could still taste that shitty Star Wars toothpaste, man. I could still take that. Man, that set, I'll never forget the taste of that fucking shit. And the weird tooth, and it came and it was like this fruity, but it wasn't fruity. It was like this pasty, mintish fruit thing. It's so fucking horrible.
Have you ever tried charcoal toothpaste?
Yes.
Yeah.
On accident. I asked my friend, we were at a hotel at a con. I said, hey, I forgot my toothpaste. Can I borrow some? Sure. She didn't fucking tell me. Here you go. Put it on there. Like,
Yeah.
it's coming out of my mouth. I look like the Penguin in
Yeah.
Burton's Batman and shit.
It look like
Yeah.
when Pee Wee gives Francis that fake gum.
Friend.
It's all like
the trick
yeah.
gum.
what do you call it? Yeah, they should make that, but they should make it Uncle Owen and not Baru toothpaste. That'd be good. Alderaan toothpaste. Tyrant General Asshole is actually General Graven. Yeah, it's I think it's Draven. It's with a D. But yeah.
Eric Draven.
Darren says, "Hello there from the UK. Just got out of the gym and tuning in. The best Star Wars show on YouTube. 4 more days until the Revis show. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
Yay.
Man." Mark says, "Hey
I'll take
guys,
another vowel.
just found you guys last week, and you guys are the best Star Wars YouTubers. Nothing too extreme or conspiracy theory territory from you guys like the others. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Mark."
Watch the UFO shows.
Right? Yeah. Mark, when we do a UFO show, you're going to have to buy into collective consciousness, or you're just not going to be involved.
I already feel like I'm going to start shedding my lizard skin here in about another hour.
As it, oh yeah, wait.
It's Molting Mondays here on MakingStarWars.com.
As the truth says, the Quarry Andor filmed that as half an hour from me. When local media heard about Star Wars was set that to film, they reported it as Kenobi. Facebook went crazy, assuming Ewan was going to be there. Laugh out loud. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot of that, and it was like, yeah, just complete bullshit. It did start out sort of true. They started building sets for Kenobi at Pinewood, and then they didn't use them. They tore it down, and then so I think some of the journalists, entertainment journalists, or tabloidy people out there heard that and just thought, of course it's going to be here. It's never going away. But it did go away, and so I think that's why that initially stuck. I could be wrong. Hey, Bespin's here, man. Me and Bespin, we played in the Kenobi Cup yesterday. We tore shit up, and we didn't give us the Kenobi. People that did half as good as us got the fucking skin. I don't know what to do. Hurt. Mad. Fought like
What
a
you get
warrior.
for playing that game?
It's a good game. But I don't know why we didn't get it. I'm behind in the stream, but in the Vanity Fair article from last week, they said Andor releases in late summer. Since last summer, I've been saying August, which lines up if all is still as planned. Okay, cool. So August, huh? Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds good. So what are we? So we'll be like, we'll go June. All of June we'll have Kenobi. Then we're gonna take July off. July, we're July, Max. You rest.
Oh,
You rest.
great. Okay.
Then we start Andor for what? 12? Is it going to be 12 weeks? It's gonna be 12 weeks of Andor.
Yeah, that I'm not looking forward to. 12 weeks of staying up till 2 a.m.
You don't have to if
gotta
it
work on
gets
that one.
too hard, but
I'll figure something out.
meanwhile, Bad Batch season 2 is the skeleton underwater. Yeah, not to be like a huge bummer or anything like that, but the truth is, the animated thing is just a whole different beast. It just doesn't really configure into like the live action schedule stuff. I don't know why they're saving it. I don't know if there's a production delay or what happened there. I don't know why they're being secretive about it as if it's like a big deal. But I have to think maybe there's a production delay, and maybe it was sort of uncertain when it would hit, when they would resolve it, or because I just don't feel like Bad Batch is like the same kind of thing across the board. Like it's not going to get the same amount of viewers. It's just it's additional content. I'm excited for it, don't get me wrong, but it's just weird how it's the amount of ambiguity for a show that they should really be pushing and being like, please watch this show. So strange. Hey Caleb, Andor is shaping up to be my most anticipated Star Wars show after Obi-Wan Kenobi. Good, because it's after Obi-Wan Kenobi. and it does sound like it's going to be good. I mean, I'm excited for I'm excited for pretty much everything because you just don't know what you're going to get until you're watching it usually. And but I do like how different it's sounding from what we're getting from Kenobi and what we know we're going to get in Mando. Like, Mando is going to be the equivalent of like, Commando and Predator or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be like that kind of action movie kind of thing. And then, Obi-Wan Kenobi is, I feel like, a pretty rich, deep story. And then I feel like this is like a whole different flavor. And then when we get to the other stuff like Acolyte, and it's completely a different era. And then we have that show with the kids coming out, Grammar Rodeo. So it's like everything sounds completely different, which is good, which is important. Jonathan says, I think it will probably drop in September or October. Yeah, I'm gonna go with what old Bespin was saying. So Bespin says, in my opinion, Better Call Saul is the best show on TV. I believe it's superior to Breaking Bad. So having it compared to a show of that quality is exciting.
It is.
And then Baymax says, can we get an episode of MSW show with Rob slipping on banana skins a la Ezra? that would be adorable. He's like, uh-oh. Wait, like we have to have his like wife come in. He goes, oh no, a girl.
Oh, I have a funny story. I had a passenger one day, and we were having a great conversation, and we were talking about Looney Tunes cartoons.
Yeah.
And then he's like, can you believe there was this one time that I was at a restaurant and I saw a waiter slip and fall, and I looked down and it was a banana peel. And he says, I never thought that you can actually slip on a banana peel. And I was it was the way he told that story. I was laughing. And he said that.
He's like, and I've been dropping them everywhere. You know what I mean? No one's ever slipping on them. The one time.
He said everyone helped the waiter, but he was the only one that was laughing.
Yeah.
And it was the way he told that story. I was just,
it would be cool if you dropped him off at his car and he got into it and it was like a little Mario Kart, and then he drove away and you're like, oh, we know it was you.
You should have chucked one out the window, but watch this car flip too.
Whoa.
Let's release the oil slick.
Yeah, well, so Caleb says he doesn't really need to take more control. He became the Emperor in episode 3. He has all the power. So the one thing about Star Wars that we could like ascertain in terms of that is like why doesn't he just go kill Bail Organa right away? Why doesn't he go? Well, he needs the Senate. Even though he becomes Emperor, even though he's become a fascist police state, the Senate still has power. He still has to keep it all in line. And if he just so it's not until the Death Star comes that he's able to finally go like, bye, Bail Organa, blow him up. And that he's able to start like really seizing that complete total control. So in terms of the Star Wars narrative, Palpatine spends a long time working on the Death Star just to like do this, and then it doesn't go as planned. Krennic, has to get it on track. And then so it's really not until about the time of A New Hope that the Senate is destroyed and dismantled, and the regional governors take control. So at least that's the story that we think we know. Tony Gilroy, well, what I just said is probably what Tony Gilroy's doing and being like, it's not what you think. We might have actually just solved it. Who knows? We'll see though. We'll see. It's probably, I hope it's deeper than that though. The Crawling Chaos says, just wait. This summer, Jason and Rob will be leading a storm on Kathy Kennedy's office, running Naruto style. Well,
some poor kid's probably lost all of his front teeth trying to run like that one day until he trips.
Yeah. Really. I mean, it's there has to be like 400 or 500 injuries from running like Naruto. I was gonna run into Area 51 just like that. That was my plan until they stopped me. Baymax says, Max, can Mohawk be a galactic overlord tossing grifter boars into a bottomless pit of eternal YouTube glitching?
Yes.
Super chat cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. By the way, like, I don't want to talk about that. Richie says, I can't wait for Big
Bad
Beautiful
Batch.
Women season 2. Crosshair, baby. More. No, Bad Batch season 2. Yeah, I don't, when people write BB, I was thinking of BB-8, and I'm like, BB-8? But yeah, me too. Skylore, I am Skylore, bow before me, says all the people that complain Rebels lightsabers look like needles completely ignore the fact that Clone Wars lightsabers look like pool noodles. Do they? I really never noticed how either of them look. I just see lightsabers, I'm like, cool.
Yeah, they rendered them like Macquarie's initial paintings, which I did this Vader Copic thing like 10 years ago, and I was doing the sabers like that because I was like, oh, I always thought those were cool. This was before Rebels came out, right? And people were like, they don't look that way, too thin. And then the cartoon came out. I'm like, now what? Silence.
Yeah, the only thing I really like ever paid attention to was the prequels gave them like a needle point, the little kind of thing. That was the only difference I really ever, and I didn't mind it. I mean, I don't know. The movies look like fuzzier and stuff, so I at first I wasn't even sure if it was actually different or if it was just the fact that we were getting Star Wars at like digital resolutions versus no film grain. But yeah.
No, they're a little tubey.
Rosie Days says, do you think we'll ever see another Force user use a purple lightsaber in live action? I do. I think just the very fact that whenever like Fortnite does a lightsaber like event, they give you Kylo's, they give you Mace Windu's, they give you a blue Luke or Obi-Wan, and they give you a Luke Jedi green. And it's like just the fact that it makes it into that amount of like exposure makes me think that they will go that way. But I also think that Mace Windu's purple saber has like a backstory to it. And I don't know if they'll ever bother telling us that through Mace, but they may tell us why it is in a different way. But we've also never seen like somebody turn a lightsaber red, like the bleeding of the crystal thing that the Sith do that turn it red, or that the evil people do. I've never seen that. So I kind of imagine we'll see that on screen. And then once we do, it'll probably become more of a thing, but when we get Mace, if we do get a continued story of Mace Windu eventually, which I think we will, I feel like just the last kick up over Book of Boba Fett times has made them go, okay, let's start talking to old Sammy J, see what he's up to. But
we have a quote from The Independent. Lucasfilm warned Obi-Wan Kenobi star Moses Ingram about racist Star Wars fans. "Quote unquote, it will likely happen."
She was warned. Yeah.
It was something that Lucasfilm actually got in front of and said, this is a thing, unfortunately, but we're here to help you and you can let us know when it happens.
Yeah.
Good.
So, thanks, Josh.
Yeah.
Seriously, thanks.
Well, I mean, he did, but he did get all of the credit and all of the money and likes for it, and then he went the other way. So that makes that makes it okay.
Yeah, it takes that. Take it all back. Keeping the money though.
Yeah, well, maybe
this one here is my time. This is my time. My racist time.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't born a white guy in America to not profit off racism like my forefathers. It's been an American staple since the very start. So Baymax says, I want to see Santa helicopter as pool noodle in slow-mo. Oh man. I think that's what he's doing right now.
Not Johnny. I don't know why I thought that when he said that, but it's funny.
Well, not Johnny.
All right.
We did
Good
it.
job, Santa.
We did it, Santa. We did it, Santa, and you did it, Santa. Me and Santa have moved our usual Monday show to Tuesdays because there was just like a slew of Mondays throughout the summer. We weren't gonna be able to like do it. So tomorrow morning I'll be on Star Wars Santa show. Hopefully I don't forget and sleep in. Luke Jones says, God, I hope the revolutionary parts are actually revolutionary and not like cringe neo-lib shit. Yeah, I know. I hate that shit too. Like that.
Tony Gilroy makes me feel pretty good about it. The way he dealt with the Treadstone stuff was pretty good.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Born. Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to like those Jack Ryan shows and shit like that, So
right. I agree. Yeah, I think it will likely be good, but when it does come to Star Wars, like they really can't default back to Like while Kenobi does play the hope card, I think Kenobi is finally playing the hope card perfectly right. I know Mohawk hates hope. He's in the Sith Lord stuff. But I think after this, like I feel like after this, like they did it right. You just can't keep doing it right. You know, once you've done it, you've really out Princess Leia the whole thing. And so yeah, they're gonna have to like really show the revolution growing some balls here. And not
Prince,
just,
right? Prince of the
yes.
Revolution.
Yeah. Yeah, like kind of like putting your nutsack on like an ink pad and then putting it on Emperor Palpatine's face like a stamp.
Oh,
yeah, revolution. Baymax says, Jason, who did you hear was Ezra, or can you not say? So here's the thing that I heard about Ezra was a bunch of names, just a bunch of fucking names, and I don't even know if the 15 people that I heard are even in it, and they're absolutely pretty much nobody I care about. Just to be real about it. And in the past, I had heard things in similar ways. So there'd be like 25 names. It's like, well, I could put out all 25 names and then claim I was right when one of them is the actor. I think that's fucking lame. You know what I mean? And but
we should do that. We should just put out 25 anything and be like, look, and if you look here and there and here, put them together, we got it.
But let me also get a little Cassian Andor on this whole situation. Ouch. What if the casting was right from the very start and they saw 25 people and literally made it easy to figure out who those 25 people were just to obscure that? You know what I mean? See people for the job that they're never going to give it to. That shit happens all the time. So, yeah. But the truth is, dude, I really don't have anything interesting to say on it, or I would, you know. I mean, on one hand, it might have been fun to go, here's the 25 people, we're here, it might be it, and make it a big thing and all that shit, or 15 people, but I don't think it's fair to the 15 or the 14 other people that are likely not it. You know what I mean? That's kind of fucked.
That's funny.
Hey, Eric then says, hey, yo, Revenge of the Sith is much better when you're 2 IPAs in. Wait, you mean you watch this shit sober? You've been doing that the whole time?
Mostly how I shot it, Jason. You know, like I'm more of a hops guy, but you know, citrus is good. You know, I'm diabetic though. I can't have all the sugar.
I play hopscotch. I like scotch and hopscotch.
Yeah. Oh,
so Tyrant says Kenobi ends on 6/29. Miss Marvel goes from, is it Ms. with a Z? Is it Ms. with a Z? Because I never
think it's
know.
both now.
Yeah,
it's Les Mis in France.
Les Mis Marvel goes from 6/8 to 7/13. Okay, right over America's independence. Fuck.
And She-Hulk.
She-Hulk is from 9/17 to 10/12. Assuming they do a 2 to 3 overlap with Marvel, Star Wars in late summer, they could plan Andor mid-July or push to mid-October. Also, there could be a thing where they put 2 episodes at the start and 2 episodes at the end. I mean, considering how many there are, they may do that kind of thing. I don't know. It's possible.
There's no rhyme or reason with Disney Plus. Stop trying to do fan math. It's not trying to figure it out. Won't make any sense. They'll just randomly drop it on a fucking Tuesday. They'll announce it. It's going Saturday to Wednesday. You'll be like, why? Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What's going on at the House of Mouse? Sounds like a Lucasfilm Civil War.
I tried warning Chris. Like, you know, like you are all fair, you know, pattern-minded humans, but marketing people don't work that way.
Marketing people are trust fund babies.
Pretty much, in my experience, firsthand. Although, true story, we had a guy in our art department who was like an assistant, right? And they were working on their own band. It was like a low end job, right?
Okay.
The lowest of jobs. Cool dude, got along with him, introduced him to The Dark Knight Returns, never read a comic. And I remember he was trying to make an album and he needed to get off one day and they're like, you can't go, you're going to lose your job, blah, 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 blah. Well, he was like, fuck, man, he got so down about it. 2 months later, his grandfather died. Turns out his grandfather was an incredibly wealthy man, left him all of his money. and he quit rich.
And that
Like,
that grandfather was
richer-
Phil Spector.
richer than anyone at that place, man. And I got to see that happen. I never saw that happen firsthand before. Like a person's like, fuck this place. Like,
Oh.
I'm rich. I'm rich.
Fuck you,
bitch.
fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. One of those moments.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And he was like, Robs, you're cool. I'm like, hey, man, you know what I mean, dude? Go live the good life, dude.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be your
That would be
Kato,
cool.
buddy. Just don't kill anybody.
Oh, rich people never help. Once he had that, he was not helping anybody. Like, you
Yeah.
quickly
Hey,
turned that way too, you know?
If I could make it, anybody can. You're all lazy. The Crawling Chaos says, I can live with noodles and needle sabers, but the helicopter sabers are too much. Get to the chopper. It's true. Choppers were a way that me and Bespin Bolton rocked that whole thing yesterday, but we weren't rewarded.
I just had it. Oh man, Reva uses the chopper thing when she's getting Nari, and people go, "I'm Nari Poppins."
Nari Poppins.
Yeah, I don't know why I saw that. Okay, hope I'm wrong.
He's
All
the
right.
Nardog. The old Nardog's not gonna get very far, is he? Chilean anyway, or Chilean ways?
Chili anyways.
Or chili anyways. I don't know. Both sound good.
Yeah.
I mean, I like chili. I love to see Ezra with the purple lightsabers. It'd be nice reference to a Jedi lineage to Mace and his short time training with Maul. Yeah, that like I don't remember Shatterpoint very well. That book, it didn't stick with me for whatever reason. I would need to Wikipedia that shit again. But it would be interesting to see how they try and deal with it, and if any of that stuff even like will pertain. I don't know what the vibe is of that stuff now, but they were
Also,
Mhm.
Jason, it's Chilean Yaiways, and Yaiways was the Jedi Master that Yaddle left the Council for, and they went off and had Grogu.
Yeah, always.
So yeah, and a lot of people know that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Learn something every day.
He used to call Yaddle his little minge bitch.
George Lucas, you're amazing.
Yeah, take that, Disney. I sent the notes to Iger, but I don't know.
Skylore says, I think the helicopter lightsabers are hilarious. I love them. I can't wait to see the fanboy reaction when the Inquisitors fly. And I hope they don't. I don't think they are. Hey, Arya, how's it going? Sad about
Like the penguin, right, with his umbrella.
Yeah.
Gotta fly.
Gotta fly. Arya says, sad part about Kenobi is that for the EU, they got to stay up till 8 in the morning to watch it. Either that or sleep, laughing my ass off. While NA can stay awake and watch it first. North America can stay awake and watch it first. Yeah, are you in the EU, Arya? Is that where you are? Because if you want, you could sleep. I'll tell you what happens when you wake up.
Whereas Ernest would say the EU.
Rosie says, do you think Ezra will have a new lightsaber next time we see him? Since he left his green one behind, it makes sense he'd build a new one. Purple cough cough. Honestly, like that's a good question. That's something I hadn't really thought about. Also, like
He wants a pink
saber.
Yeah.
I always think about how those guys are going to be, because like I said before, have you ever seen the movie Enemy Mine, where it's like two guys just like marooned on a world, they have a baby?
Poor man's Kurt Russell, Dennis Quaid. Yes.
Yeah.
And the wonderful Louis Gossett Jr.
Well, I mean, like we don't really know. We don't know what Ezra and Thrawn are going to be like. Like we might catch up to them, and they might be wearing like cut off jean shorts that are like, you know what I mean?
They became lovers.
With lovers, friends.
I heard, Jason,
enemies.
that it's going to be rainbow colored, and they're going to call it the woke saber. That's what I heard. It was all over YouTube. Has to be true.
And he says, may the pride of the Force be with you.
Hey,
Pride of the Force,
right?
Pride of the Force,
Pride of the Force. That's what it's going to be called. just for the fandom menace. Pride of the Force.
Max is like, it's getting way too real now. You can manifest this shit. Stop.
probably will.
But no. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is like they may be treated as two marooned people. Like we might see them. They might be like a because I think there was some other
That wouldn't be a
Imperial
bad
crew with
story,
them.
actually.
Yeah, and like so like when we get to them, like they may have not done anything but found ways to like, you know, survive eating space turtles and shit. You know what I mean? Like we don't really know. Or we might get to them and Ezra might be like, I'm this new kind of Jedi guy with a new philosophy because we've been hanging out with Thrawn. They may have changed each other, and it may be like, what the fuck's going on? And there's a lot of possibility for where they can take the story. And I think like a lot of YouTubers are going to go, well, that's not the story. No, we have no fucking idea what the story is. We have no idea. There's so many paths that yet they can take. And Dave Filoni's usually not too left field. He's usually very much rooted. Well, here's what it would be. You know, that's kind of like where he usually comes from. And that's why I don't rule out the being marooned on a fucked up planet and then being saved.
What a maroon.
Yeah. And I mean, it could be an interesting story, though, because if they do save them from a fucked up planet, the Empire's already fallen. They're not they're like in a completely different galaxy in those moments. But now, like, what do you do with Thrawn after the Empire's fallen? And after he's saved, maybe he saved Ezra for that. Maybe he's been sort of a good guy. You know, do you still take him to a tribunal? Like, there's interesting stories that might be told. I just hope it's not really pedestrian and fucking lazy at the end of the day. I hope whatever it happens to be, I hope it's fascinating. It might be highly mystical, but I'm very super hesitant and afraid that Thrawn is a lot of telling and not showing about how cunning he is. That's my standing fear.
You said the C word.
I did. Luke Jones says also, will they finally shut up all the people claiming the Rebel Alliance is right wing? Did they ever say that? I never.
They still think JFK Jr. is coming back. Like they're waiting out there in Texas for him to reappear.
Yeah. No.
Dealey Plaza. I mean, they're still there.
Yeah. I'm going to say between Saw Gerrera being called Castro, that's his code word, and the initial Rebel Alliance and Wookiees being based off of the Viet Cong and the Ewoks, I'm going to say it definitely goes very far left, and in some instances to a scary left, though. So if you not just try to go left is good and call it a day. I mean, leftists get scary; they really do. Bestman Bulletin.
It's when they form unions, I have a problem, Jason. So you know.
That's what, is October late summer now? Fucking in terms of the weather, yeah.
Global warming, everything's late summer now.
Yeah, when I remember being a kid and it being freezing in October, and now you're like, oh, here it's like 103 in October.
It skipped spring in Texas and went straight to summer.
Yeah, it's fire season for 30 days in Southern California. When I was a kid, it would rain all the time in October.
Wait a minute, are you saying Texas aborted spring?
Ooh,
that's ironic. Baymax says Mr. T as an Inquisitor. Yes, please. and CGI Gary Coleman as a little T. Remember when he was the little T?
Yeah,
that was great.
Little
Remember
T.
he pretended like he had cancer to get Mr. T to come into his bunk bed. That was so fucking funny.
They put it in the opening credits.
Yeah, it was in the opening credits for the season after. Yeah, you're right. I always loved watching Arnold's room because you could see the Falcon in it. Mr. T as an Inquisitor drug his blue milk to knock him out and fly him about unconscious, spinny sabercopters. Yeah,
that is the name of your next song. Spinny
saber. Spinny saber. What is it?
You know, like spin sugar.
Sabercopters.
Remember that song?
Spinny sabercopters. Johanna says, will Kenobi wear his Jedi robes again at the end for the last episode when he's doing the ritual for Nari? That's a good question. I don't actually know. He does go back home. I have a feeling what we're going to see, though, is when he does go home, he does put like his robes on and start wearing his traditional Jedi robes again. Like he just doesn't give a fuck.
And then he puts on the Alec Guinness wig.
The Alec in his face.
Yeah.
And
the hair.
Yeah. That makes sense. Or what if he sees Qui-Gon and then he gets so scared his hair turns white, and that's why he got gray hair.
God. That's stupid.
I have seen Sith
Force ghost.
I have seen Sith that will turn you white.
Hey, how's it going, Cozy? It's kind of refreshing that the actress playing Sabine isn't super well known. I hope it's the same for Ezra. Yeah. And she's not ugly, is she? She is not an ugly person. The Crawling Chaos says, are we going to see Choppa Sabers in Kenobi in full Choppa mode? I mean, that interview quote would make you think so, but I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the one thing they would have been like, dude, we did helicopter sabers last night. Nobody said that to me. And if that happens, I have some calls to make. Like, what the fuck? Why didn't you tell me about the helicoptering lightsabers?
We're embarrassed, frankly. We didn't want
to. Frankly, we all looked away.
Yeah.
We wanted to.
That explains the lack of info on Boba Fett.
Yeah. Baymax says choppers were an 80s essential. Magnum PI, the A-Team, Airwolf, Grand Inquisitor listens to synthwave while spinning.
Street Hawk.
It all
culminated in Street Hawk.
Was Street Hawk the motorcycle?
Yes.
That's how I fucked up these chompers. I tried to see the rack. I was riding my bike really, really fast in the alley as fast as I could after watching Street Hawk. Crashed and my teeth got like knocked out right here. Got pushed up, my baby teeth, and then my adult teeth came in back.
You're trying to create the fast across the street thing it would do. That feeling of
slid out.
It would put a camera below the ground and speed up the frames to make it look like I was going really fast across the city. And
it was cool though. It was pretty fucking cool. Crawling Chaos says, at least I can laugh at the Grand Inquisitor being insecure about the shape of his head, right? Ezra
and just doesn't look anything like the three other dudes in Revenge of the Sith, man. I'm not talking about the shape of his head, just the texturing. I don't know, it doesn't look like the same species to me. She looks more like Palpatine's assistant.
Yeah,
to be honest,
he does. He is more white and
whiter.
He does have all of the same grooves and everything now. He does. He's more white. So I don't know. I'm just going to chalk it up to, turning into an evil ball sack, when you turn evil. Baymax says Arya is actually easy. Actually, it's easier in the UK than on the East Coast. You can sleep, wake up in the morning and watch it with your breakfast. Staying up to 3 a.m. West Coast is the worst.
I would ruin it.
Ruins the next day.
Yeah, I would prefer that.
What, the morning watch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Force of the Rainbow.
Yeah, I live in Copenhagen, so I'm forced to wait until the 27th. Awesome. So, yeah. Old Copenhagen tricky. Tyrant says it's going to be great when we see Ezra and Thrawn basically just be grumpy old men in space. Baymax says Disney Parks just released a BB Pride droid action figure, like a rainbow deco droid. I got it. $13 at shopdisney.com. # Disney shill. The Old Republic says, in a behind-the-scenes shot, Chow directed Ewan to ride his camel through the desert while thinking of Anakin. Could this be a scene with voice flashbacks from Anakin while Kenobi rides the camel? Yeah, the EOP. That's what I'm like, kind of just don't know, and that's what I'm saying. I'm like suggesting that could be where we kind of have those moments.
Do we hear Jake Lloyd's voice?
Yeah, he's a wizard. and then he hears it again. He's all wizard, and then he looks up and he's all crazy old wizard.
Just try spinning. That could work.
Unlike some of these other YouTubers that are crazy old grand wizards, different thing altogether. Chilean anyway says, does Thrawn have Jedi Sith resources at his disposal? It'd be cool if to see Ezra again, and he's learned all these new techniques and abilities. Well, see, the thing about Bridger in this show is it's going to be truly, in a weird way, his first introduction to everything. It's almost like the equivalent of, we have all read the backstories in a book, and then because they're going to have to rearrange it in some way to make it fresh for people who've never known him before. So like for instance, in the model I'm just using today, that he's a castaway, and that they save him on a planet. He's going to probably just play into that trope, but then we will probably see him reform into some sort of Jedi-esque thing later on. But I also, based off of the fact that we have Ezra coming into the series, but we had Ahsoka hanging out at Luke's Jedi Temple as it's being built, it does really say that Ezra and Luke Skywalker are going to have something together, because you don't have this kid come back and then not take him to Luke. Like that's gonna have to happen.
They're gonna have a relationship too.
What's her name? Ahsoka Tano. Yeah, maybe. Ahsoka Tano doesn't. She left the Jedi Order. She said, it's not for me. I don't believe in this stuff, and she went her own way. She went solo, as we say. But Ezra's looking for a Jedi Order, and so either he goes to Luke, or something so significant has happened over the course of that story that he's like not about it. I mean, I'm not throwing in for either really, but it's like, these are all things to like consider, like what's the best working model for what they're going to do with this character. And then I think it's important to, in theorizing, to come up with these working models in your head about what the possibilities are. So when you do hear what it is, it's not like it doesn't knock you off your feet and you go, that wasn't the story. The story was there's no black chicks and it's just the two white dudes from episode 3. You know what I mean? You end up being that fucking idiot. As the truth says, saw some crazy say George has gone woke in his old age for some reason. Yeah, the very concept of Princess Leia from the very start was ladies can be more than damsels in distress. In some ways, in terms of pop culture, you may have started it. If going woke offends you, maybe you should blame George Lucas for even letting some of it be possible.
Jason, the very idea that Richard Dreyfuss could be the hero of any film, American Graffiti, it means you're definitely woke. Like that, it's just ridiculous. We thought
Richard Dreyfuss was such a bitch. We had to make women stronger, so he looked more that's totally sexist.
Well, last I checked, he was shark food, but in my film, he's the hero. So you figure.
We call him Chum.
Trying to get Suzanne Summers.
Oh, you know what occurred to me after the show yesterday? I was thinking about it. Star Crash stole the idea of C-3PO being like the smooth talking, like Texan voice kind of thing that they were going to go with 3PO. Star Crash does that. That's how hard they were like, oh, let's just use the other idea he had. It's pretty funny. Young Boomer says, I like the idea of Thrawn being more morally ambiguous. He lost to Ezra, etc., and he'll respect that. Similar to Callus and Zeb. They'll probably have worked together to survive. Yeah, that's kind of where I think this might be going. I mean, unless we take it another way, because look at where Ahsoka's looking for Ezra though, or Thrawn, and she goes after that lady who she thinks knows Thrawn. That's probably a pretty big clue there, that they may not necessarily be outside of civilization. Maybe.
Sorry,
it's okay. Luke Jones, I've just seen right-wingers try to claim the Rebel Alliance, but actually the big dummies like Dave Rubin, if you don't know who that is, I envy you. I actually don't, so envy me. Rebel Alliance,
one of those cats who sold himself as a progressive and immediately sold out to the right wing. So,
oh, okay.
Sad I know. But,
yeah,
he's the one who's gay and then tries to get Ben Shapiro to come to his wedding and is let down when he won't. Like they're not on your side, dumbass.
Hey, you know what? Just Shapiro's an alpha dog,
Fast.
Ed Grimley looking motherfucker. Baymax says Rebel Alliance was totally Pinkos. Makes me laugh at the welcome to the rebellion, right? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Hootie tootie disco cutie, hootie tootie disco cutie. Skylar says, why do people keep saying Thrawn is going to turn Ezra to the dark side? If Palpatine couldn't, Thrawn definitely couldn't. Yeah, I just don't think it's very interesting. Like, remember when he was Aladdin and now he's the evil Aladdin? Like, it just doesn't really, like, it just can't
Evil
follow.
Aladdin. Evil Aladdin.
of Aladdin.
Evil Aladdin.
I got 3 wishes, but
The first one is I want unlimited wishes.
yeah,
I wish for 3 POs.
you ain't
Oh,
ever had a
three
Sith
POs
like
cereal.
me.
Have you seen Scary Movie 2, like the bloopers or the deleted scenes where Brenda finds a penny on the floor and she goes, I wish for a lot of money, and she throws it in a pond or in a fountain and there's all these pennies. She's like, oh, and she goes crazy. She goes, God's good. God is good, y'all. Y'all better praise him. It's hysterical.
My kids my son loves Naked Gun a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, he likes spoof movies, so, and I had never watched one of those, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it on, like fill it out before I like suggest we watch it. And so I was like working and I put it on. I wasn't really paying attention to it, and I like look over and was it Jamie Foxx? I can't remember who it was now, but he buys Annabelle as a love doll, and then he starts trying to bang Annabelle, and I was like, it's pretty funny. That part was pretty funny, but I was like, I can't do this to the kids, so I never finished it. That was about as far as I got in it.
Oh my gosh.
My daughter loves Annabelle, by the way. Loves it. She's like, I like it when she kills people. And I'm like, okay. Great, yeah. Greg says the Disney suggested watch list includes Satine Arc, Clone Wars. Is there any mention of her in the show? Not at all. It's completely irrelevant. I don't know why they did that. The Old Republic says we have reported multiple new and old Jedi in the new Kenobi series. You have. Could we expect a lot of saber swinging in the upcoming show? Not like Jedi Battle and Attack of the Clones, but something like it. You know what? I don't actually know what the extent of it is. I just know the Force sensitives gear up to fight, and somebody had told me that Nanjiani is giving out, or Aja is giving out. Aja sings "Take on Me." Take on me. Kenobi.
You know, the guy who animated that wasn't that the director of One Crazy Summer?
What? Who was it?
The animator of that video. Wasn't that the director of One Crazy Summer?
I don't know, but I love that movie. Goes good with summer rental. I like to pair them up with the video store.
No, I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Get the fuck out of here with your
Michael Patterson.
Get the fuck out of here with your fake news.
No, I check myself.
Yeah, I know. You fact checked it. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I don't want to promise you anything. I don't want to promise you anything other than those beats, because I can't really say. I have conflicting reports, but the things line up in the conflicting reports on that stuff. And it's like somebody could be, if somebody was there filming that day, for instance, and they were just doing this thing all day, then they can make it sound like it's the whole series, and that episode 5 is all them.
Can you promise a rose garden?
No, I cannot. All I could promise you is a sorry Nari.
Sorry, Nara.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Don't.
Tyrant says, scene 127, take 5. Ezra hollow projects himself in a hallway to get Thrawn to chase him. But wait, the endlessness of space, frozen some water that was leaking from a nearby pipe, and Thrawn slips. It was actually a banana peel. The Old Republic says Samuel L. Jackson bade back in 2017 that they should bring Mace Windu back on screen. If they chose to do so, what should they do most realistic? Mando, Andor, Kenobi season 2, if made, etc.
Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, I think Book of Boba seems to be like the natural one, but I could
full choice.
Well, the one thing that I could see in this kind of thing is if they wanted to give him a bigger side story, but I really my take on it is I don't think Mace Windu is evil. I don't think Mace Windu would be evil. I really don't actually buy into that. I would go more into the defeat plan, and then I would have him eventually meet up with Obi-Wan or Yoda, and then learn of the plan, and just think it's fucking stupid, and not want it because it is stupid, and not want anything to do with it, and then just goes on his own, and I said becomes a fucking farmer or something until he's forced out of retirement, or Luke Skywalker finds him or something. That's what I would do, but I'm boring. Crawling Chaos says, yeah, his head is more white and eggish. So yeah, I think it's the dark side.
Very eggly.
Chilean Airways says, "Do you think we'll see the Bendu again?"
Y ways, Jason.
Something
it's Jedi Master Y ways.
I really liked about Rebels
Seattle
is the Force lore. I also agree with your concerns about Thrawn going forward. I always think that's like possible, but I don't know. I don't know if they would. I mean, I think it would honestly would just come down to if Filoni's like, I always wanted to do this in live action, because that's an expensive puppet. I really don't think you would do it in CGI if you wanted to do it right. I think you'd do it with a puppet.
He kind of reminds me of the trash or the leaves person or thing in Fraggles. Fraggle Rock.
Trashy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a little bit.
A little bit.
Why do people not talk about Hera? She's such a MILF. Well, she's going to be in it. Hera's in it.
Should have been there last night. Go check our Revenge of the Sith watch along if you want to hear some Hera talk. I throw in. There's a nice little.
She's a 12
shot in there.
She's a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. That's good stuff. I'm writing that down.
The thing I like about widows is they're easy to take advantage of. What do you know about that, Filoni? That's the truth.
That was Lex Luthor's plan in Superman Returns. Jason, didn't you know that? See the movie.
As the truth says, he's not woke when he calls out Disney and the new Star Wars. He's woke when he says something they don't like. Exactly. White sabers. As the truth, remember when Dave got attacked for speaking at a women's conference? No, I don't. And actually didn't know he did that. Since Luke came back in Mando, Boba, they've forgotten they did that. Laugh out loud.
Really?
Did that really happen? Was it like a women's conference and Dave actually spoke there and they got mad? That's fucking hilarious that they got mad about. Who gives a shit? Johanna says, will they make the big announcement for series and films on the first day of Celebration? That's a good question. I don't really know what the schedule is, so I would be bad at guessing that. But like I would imagine like the Andor panel, for instance, is where we're going to hear when the Andor's coming out. That's when they'll probably say
only
when
if
it
you
is.
Subscribe to Vanity Fair.
Yeah,
Well,
and
you
or a
get the
channel
actual
member.
announcements. Yeah.
And
Maybe they'll
Super
have
Chat.
an Andor Jack in the Box kids meal special.
That sounds kind of good.
It's one Jack in the Box. One Jack in the Box.
I wonder if they go into any of the Chiss plot lines from the Thrawn books of Ahsoka. Doubt it. I see Filoni wanting to tell his own story, to be honest with you. In fact, I would be more concerned that these things clash and that fans who are invested have to work to make it interface. Could be wrong, but Baymax says Mace isn't evil. He's been frozen in carbonite for decades, and when freed, lost his mind from the hibernation sickness. You know, I gotta say, fans.
Agency. You need people to make choices for it to matter. You know.
Well, and that's ultimately why I don't like stuff like like losing his mind. But the like losing his mind ideas that you will hear in fandom. You think about how exhausting that's going to be in about fucking 5 minutes. Oh, where am I? What am I doing? This party's over.
Well, he hit his head when he fell out of the window.
Like it's like fucking Mando. We got a silver alert for you. We got an old man. He doesn't know where he is. All right, I'll bring him in warm. I'll bring him in cold. Tyrant says Breaking Mace. I thought it was like Breaking Bad for a second. Breaking Mace has been recast as deepfake Tupac, but it's hologram Coachella Tupac. He's all
Carlos waiting for hologram Phil Hartman to come back. Take out
hologram Phil Collins for Star Wars Santa. Carlos says, if we see Imperial Senate in Andor, I would kill
two worlds. Hold on, one family. Just your heart.
I don't know what you're singing right now.
And holograms. What? Phil Collins.
Oh yeah, I don't listen to that shit.
Take your with the Tarzan. Man. Don't you know the Tarzan song?
No, I never watched that shit. I'm a grown up.
Huh?
I'm
You're
kidding.
look at your Rise of Skywalker poster, real grown up.
with twinkling lights. The young boomer says they would probably have to recast Bendu if they did bring him back as badass as active Tom Baker still is.
That's
He
been
is approaching
trashy.
90s, bless him. Yeah, 1200.com. Get the year all quick. Or twice.
Oh, hold on.
12.
I'm gonna go right to GoDaddy.
1200. Baymax says Dave totally spoke at a women's conference about strong female characters, and they had a meltdown at the time. I mean, you got to have a real small dick for that to really get on your nerves.
They cared so much about it, they've forgotten. They don't care. There's always something they're mad at next week, and then they forget about getting mad at something else. And when there's nothing to get mad at, they invent shit. So,
are you saying that they're not sincere people? Are you saying that there's a lack of sincerity on these assholes? Oh, Robot or Robo Solely 13.
Oh, that's gonna turn on you.
What, Robot?
Hold on. Yeah, you'll see. Watch.
I hate you. You suck like a bitch shins.
Yay.
Yeah. Okay.
So how you doing, Robo? What are you up to? What are your Star Wars thoughts?
2 worlds, 1 family. Trust your heart. Let me decide. Jason's a grown up. He doesn't listen to Tarzan. All right.
Yeah. Robo really likes Will Collins, though. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, that was before Dave joined in the Lucasfilm Civil War super chat. Winkathon. Oh, okay.
Winkathon.
The old robot says, "Can you explain? Can you explain the clone order made by the dead Jedi Master Sif Odias? Who ordered the clone army in the first place, and who knew about it? I don't think they explained it all in the movie. So in the Clone Wars,
hold on. You're gonna answer serious, but what they don't explain in that movie, I don't have the time for right now. This is a 3-hour show.
There's a really great episode where during the middle of the Clone Wars, they actually find Sif Odias's crashed ship and like his body and stuff, and like and then they actually end up seeing like an apparition of him too at one point. Yeah, you see like what he looked like, which strangely looked like Tamara Morrison. Look very much like like they were going for the Tamara Morrison thing, but so basically he knows shit's gonna hit the fan, orders the clones, Palpatine's onto him, has him killed, takes over the order, is waiting for it to cook, then Yoda comes in, takes over the order again. So
it was just supposed to be an anagram or a take on Sidious, Sidious. And then
see,
Lucas wrote a shitty mystery and turned it into a real character.
Rob, it was Sif Odias, and then he decided not to do it, and then he changed it to that from Sid Odias.
Too similar.
We said it wasn't. Yeah, but literally that was Lucas removing it. That's what Lucas considered to be, that. But I hate you. You suck like a bitch. Shins.
You hold on. I hate you. You suck like a bitch shins, man. Just can't really. And by the way, I got Naruto and I ran face first into the ground because of you. Poor guy.
Borno says, "Will we see AT-AT walkers on Jabim? What will be the size of the battle? Once again, dude.
This big.
Like this with like."
Like karateka. Right? Like, yeah. Is it karateka or karateka? I thought it was karateka.
Yeah.
But I don't like karateka. But
they filmed a bunch of action. So I am just gonna say it sounds like it probably is stuff that's put together in the edit. You know what I mean? Like they filmed a bunch of action. So I really can't tell you. They're calling chaos. I'm sorry, and sorry. That's like the best I can tell you. Is what I put out. I don't have anything to add to it. They're calling chaos says Rob sounds like the singer from Nickelback. Take me higher. Wait, is that Creed? That's Creed.
It's Creed.
But you know what? Calling chaos. You proved to me that you know good music because that is a good mistake to make. Aria says, how's inflation treating you guys? It went over the line for me when McDonald's got more expensive. Now that's when I get angry, laugh out loud. Yeah, but my McDonald's, they stopped giving the good coupons on the app. That's how they dealt with it here. But the drinks are still $1, and that's all I really need is that Diet Dr. Pepper.
I eat like 1,600 calories a day, and I mostly cook at home. So like my grocery bill went up maybe $50 like total, but that's about it. I buy things in bulk and wait like 3 weeks for like bigger items like pasta, so I tend to get better deals that way. So
Well, you've
but
also
if you're one of those people that don't have that option, like you have to buy, weekly, I imagine it probably went up a lot more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you were telling me that you were hoarding baby formula and reselling it on Craigslist, you said?
Yeah.
No, I was self-milking myself.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I see.
Tyrant
says, like all good stories of the prequel era, it's told in the Clone Wars. Rosie says, the real question is, will we have a Kanan Force Ghost or flashbacks in Ahsoka? Kanan is one of my favorite characters, and I hope we see him again. I have not heard a word about Kanan.
I do like Kanan, though.
If they bring him back, I'm waiting for them to say Disney broke Kanan instead of canon. This time Kanan.
That's funny.
Look, this frozen in carbonite is the stupidest thing I've heard regarding Mace Windu. He landed on his speeder and hung on, got himself on the ground, and went into hiding on Coruscant Underworld when fixing. Well, here's you're close.
He went mod.
You've already seen Mace Windu. He was the one. He was Thundercat. Thundercat's the new Mace Windu. That's him undercover. He put like the dreads on, got like the dreads going. You don't even recognize him. That's how deep cover he is right now. But he's gonna pull it off. It's gonna be Samuel L. Jackson. He's gonna be like, this party's over. Like, oh shit. The Crawling Chaos says, I hate to say it, but it's true. Nothing in Star Wars makes sense. And then XX Sedation. Are you just like a bot? Because I don't know what you're. I just don't follow.
Just say Robo Sully. It's possible that's a bot.
Yeah. Well, you weren't funny, so I'm just gonna block you this time.
Yeah.
The Crawling Chaos said, I fucked up. And then Darren says, what's the word on the spinny spin sabers and the Grand Inquisitor? There really is no word. I honestly feel like that was probably him just talking about the character and it getting taken out. Remember when Tamara Morrison met Ewoks? Baymax says he's fly them with Mr. T, Darren. This will be our last comment. We're at 2 hours now. Taryn says, will Ahsoka bring thin ass lightsabers to real life? I need something for the internet to bitch about while they love everything else. Also, I would hate this. You can see Ahsoka saber in that episode of Mando. So yeah, so it's already been answered. I'd say.
Saber size in The Empire Strikes Back is the perfect saber size.
Yeah,
that's it. It's the perfect blend between those tube sabers of the prequels and the ultra thin sabers of Macquarie's art.
Okay, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I mean, people really do. I'm like, cool, but yeah, we will be back tomorrow.
I love you tomorrow.
Yeah,
a day away.
I think
after Kenobi, it's too busy right now.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is we haven't had any like downtime to be like, but yeah, I do want to do some. Too busy, says Rob. But yeah, we will do some though. Don't worry. I still love UFOs. They're still really fun. And one's gonna get Max. It's gonna get you, Max.
Huh?
It's
a robot?
Get you, Max. No, a UFO.
A little alien.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna summon it. Summon it. And because I have such a good camera, I'm gonna get a good picture.
Okay. Mana forced it.
Mana forced it. Okay. Thanks everyone for liking the video. There's like 62 of you here. If you all liked it, would appreciate it. Then it'll get seen again. And we will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Also, thank you to all the channel members and for the super chats and stuff today. Always really, really appreciate it. And we're close to Kenobi, so we'll be back tomorrow with Kenobi news. That's the plan, Stan. Bye, Max.
Bye.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.